Today, I'm going to show you what it's like to drive the brand new Mazda Miata, also known as the MX-5 now. First thing you'll notice is how absolutely tiny this car is. Well, actually, it's snowing in Michigan. That's probably what you're going to notice initially. It's April and it's snowing. I don't know what's wrong with the weather. Tiny little trunk back here. It's actually a little deeper than we thought it would be, so you can fit some stuff in here. But again, this car is absolutely tiny. So getting in can be rather a challenge. Extremely low. Here we go. Now again, I am 6'2", so this car is not really built for people of my proportions, but I will fit in here comfortably enough. I can drive it. I can have the seat in a position where I can reach the shifter, the clutch, and be able to see out. And that's pretty much the limit because the seat's all the way back, and I have absolutely zero headroom with the top down, or with the top up. If I put the top down, obviously you'll have unlimited headroom. So even though it's snowing, put the top down real quick just to show you guys what it's like. That's called dedication to a car review right there. Turn that off. Again, so it's a manual top. Not many tech/luxury features in here, but it's very, very simple to operate. This switch here, push it forward, this latch just comes back, and the windows automatically descend for you so you can clear it when you pull the top back. Push up on it, close that latch here, and you simply just push it down and it snaps shut. That's it. Extremely fast. So that's actually a benefit to some of the electronic hard tops or soft tops, because those you have to sit there for like 15, 25, 30 seconds as it slowly retracts. Well, this one you just kind of, all right, I'm gonna close the top because it's dumping snow in. But again, same process. You open that up, latch it, close it. Now the windows will not automatically go up, so you have to manually pull them up. And now the top is up again. Again, this car is tiny. So it's got a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder that makes 155 horsepower. But that's okay because it only weighs 2,300 pounds. Now, in a world of cars that are getting bigger, fatter, with all the luxury, safety, and tech features, there aren't many cars that are like the Mazda Miata. This car is built simply just for fun. Manual transmission, shifting feels great. The pedal placement is perfect. The shifting is interesting. It's extremely easy to get into gear, and you know exactly which gear you're going into. The word we decided to describe it is it almost feels crunchy, which sounds weird, but that's how we would describe how the shifter feels. It's easy to downshift, rev match, and again, now this car makes 155 horsepower. It's not fast. What I would describe it as, it's quick, it's nimble. It's a fun little car to throw around corners because it doesn't weigh anything. It's pretty much as close to a go-kart as you can get for a road legal car. But it is not fast. The upside of that is you can have a ton of fun in this car without being stupidly illegal. Now, in some of the higher horsepower cars, if you wind it through 3 gears, you're going to be doing double the speed limit, and that is not safe nor legal. Whereas in this car, you could go through 1st through 3rd gear and you're doing like 45 miles an hour and you've almost redlined the car, and that is extremely safe. Rear-wheel drive doesn't quite have enough power to break loose and be a drift monster, but if the roads are wet or you dump the clutch from like 4,000 RPM, you can get it to break loose and it will do some fun things. Basic luxury tech features, again, they aren't plentiful, but you have a nav screen here, has built-in navigation, it'll have your radio. The sound system is actually quite bad. I think it only has 2 speakers, so no bass whatsoever. But that's not the point of this car. Nice steering wheel. The seats are really comfortable. This car has quite a few nice options. So you have the BBS wheels. They're actually badged as BBS wheels. The Brembo brakes. Love the red color on the exterior. It actually carries into this plastic trim here on the interior. Contrast red stitching. So this cabin is good enough. It's enough for what this car is supposed to be. It is quite loud. I'm doing 45, 50 miles an hour right now, and there is quite a bit of wind noise. At freeway speeds, it sounds like you have windows open, and you don't. It's just because the top is extremely thin. There really isn't any padding. It's pretty much the opposite of a top in the Rolls-Royce Dawn, where the Rolls-Royce has like 18 different layers of padding, so it might as well be a coupe. This car, you can definitely tell that it's a convertible. It rides rather hard over bumps, uneven road. It can be sometimes a little painful, but that means that it corners really well. It's actually quite a bit louder than we expected it to be, engine noise wise. I wouldn't say it's a good sound, but it does make noise. You can probably hear the wind noise right now. It's quite bad. Cruise control, it has that. If you want heated seats, you're looking at the wrong car right now. Some of the things we noticed driving this car for a whole week is it's quite practical in a few ways. Parking, easiest thing in the world. It's so tiny, you just pull into a space, the turning radius is great, you don't have to worry about hitting anything because it's minuscule. You pull into the spot, you can pull your door open because you're not going to hit anything because you're a foot and a half less wide than every other car in the parking lot. It's pretty much the polar opposite of parking something like the S-Class, which is a stressful and extremely long process. It gets insanely good fuel economy. This right now is averaging 27.8. It's actually been dropping because since we've had it, we've been driving it fun and hard the whole time. I'm not going to go too crazy because, as you can see, it's dumping snow right now. But on the freeway, you'll easily get over 30 mpg, and the fuel tank is very small. I filled it up yesterday. It was at a quarter tank, and I put 7 gallons in, and it was full. And I got in the car, I'm like, wait, why is it full? I think, I don't know the exact number, but I think it's got probably like a 10-gallon gas tank, which is all you need because if you can average over 30 mpg, you'll get plenty of range for this tiny car. It's very easy to shift. Woo! Miatas have always been popular as a fun car. You never buy this as one of your principal vehicles to use on a daily basis. Now, I'm sure there are people that love their Miatas and drive them every day to work, but there is no way I could ever do that. One, I'm kind of too big to drive this car comfortably for long periods of time. Drove it all the way out to Dearborn the other day, which is about 40 minutes from Ann Arbor, and yeah, I wasn't particularly happy at the end of the drive. But there has always been spec Miata classes and people autocross Miatas, and after driving this car for a week, I see exactly why. I mean, it handles so well, it's so light and nimble, and is just insanely fun. It just shows you don't need 550 horsepower, 600 horsepower, incredible all-wheel drive grip and everything to make a car fun. A small, light car can be a hell of a lot of fun. Some of the things are a little bit annoying about this car. It's so low and tiny that if you stop at a light and a big SUV or truck or anything pulls up behind you and they have their headlights on, you are going to be absolutely blinded. The lights, it's so narrow that the lights somehow manage to hit both the right side view mirror, the left side view mirror, and the rear view mirror. So you're kind of like huddled like this, trying not to be blinded by the glare from the headlights behind you. That's just a consequence of it being a tiny little car. Again, I've mentioned before, the sound isolation, the road noise isolation is not quite that good. Cool little feature if you see right there, let's see if I downshift to 5th. It'll, after driving for a while, it'll tell you to upshift to a certain gear just for the sake of fuel economy. It's nice that there's a little digital display for what gear you're in. Little digital display on the left side will show you the temperature, your fuel economy, the range. When you're using cruise control, it will also tell you the current speed you're at. Very basic car here. Interior doesn't have all the fancy metal and leather. I mean, this is all plastic, but it's done well enough that, I mean, you look at it and it's nice. It's nice to see. Do a little acceleration right here, first gear. Zero to 60 pull, I mean, probably a little over 7 seconds. Not the fastest out there. A little downside, because this one is loaded up with some options, I think it's like the club level. It cost quite a bit more than I expected. I think it stickers for over $33,000. Now, if you think about it, for about $35,000, you can get a Mustang GT manual, which is larger, more comfortable, way faster, twice the horsepower, and almost the same price. So if you are looking for the fastest car, the best all-around deal, this might not be what you want. This is, you have to know what you're getting into. You want a fun little car that you can take out on the weekends, on back roads, and it'll just put a smile on your face, just like the grill is smiling all the time. This car is an extremely happy looking car, design-wise. You will want this car for maybe autocross, just a nice weekend drive with the top down on a nice back road like this when it's not snowing. But if you're gonna go through this car, I guarantee you'll be extremely happy with it, because since we've had it for this week, it's been a lot of fun to take out every single time. Again, the whole minimalistic, it's got, I mean, manual seats, it's a manual transmission, tiny engine, rear-wheel drive, tiny little chassis. It's a fun car. So this is the brand new Mazda MX-5 Miata. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like always, please browse our channel and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you next video.